This is Passion with Dr. Laurie Betito on Montreal's News Talk Leader, CJAD 800.
Tonight on our regular monthly feature, Dating Dilemmas, we talk about this dilemma, and that is shyness. Is it a curse? Has it been a curse for you? Well, Frank Kermit of franktalks.com is here to talk to us about this. Actually, he runs groups for men. Some of those, one group in particular is for adult male virgins, and that seems to be the biggest roadblock, right? It's that shyness.
Exactly. Unless we're dealing with someone who has a very personal, deep-rooted issue like a history of sexual abuse. We're dealing with guys who are so shy that because they haven't combated their shyness, they've never picked up on social skills throughout their development process. So when they're teenagers, they're not willing to go for it, they're not willing to make mistakes, they're not willing to suffer embarrassment or rejection. So those unsocial behaviors, uncalibrated behaviors sort of get very entrenched.
Right.
And they end up being, in their 30s, never having had a girlfriend and still being incredibly shy to talk to girls.
Right. And I do see this quite often in my office as well, is it's usually men. I mean, I don't know, men do seek out help, which is good, but who really don't quite know how to go about it. They have a hard time just having conversations. Or one guy that I've spoken to has said he just doesn't know what to say. It's like, or he feels he has to always talk, because he doesn't want the person to be bored, or he's not sure. So, but it's like to think about what to say is something that's really hard.
Well, that's one of the things that I do when I'm dealing with a shy person. First thing I get them to do is I get them to tell me stories about their life, and we write them down.
Okay.
So we'll start off by favorite childhood memory, peak life experiences. Tell me about your favorite trip or place to visit. Tell me about your favorite food, your favorite holiday. We start talking about these favorite story topics. Now tell me one story that really shows why this is your absolute best memory. Once they give me the story, I look through it and I'll critique it. And I'll say, okay, well, this is not making you look so good. This makes you look unappealing. Saying it like this makes you look unattractive.
Okay.
For example, a guy's going to talk about his first time camping that he remembers as a wonderful thing, but he'll describe it as such. My friends dragged me because they knew I really wouldn't want to go.
Right.
Well, that doesn't show him as a very attractive person. He's not in charge. His friends are in charge of him. They have to drag him. He's not ready to go out and have fun and try new things. So I would edit that particular part of the story, and I would say something like, okay, I wasn't sure if I wanted to go, but I went ahead and did it anyway.
Right.
At least that shows that, okay, you're not really sure what you want to do, but you're willing to try it out. By the time I finish with them, they've got, let's say, a couple of dozen solid stories about their life. And because they've gone through my filter of the emotional needs theories, they know that it's a solid, attractive story. That gives them the motivation to go out and start telling these stories to the people they currently know, their friends.
Okay.
Then that's the
practice. They practice. They practice with people that they know.
Exactly.
And I think that's the key, is start to practice first. Have you ever wanted to date someone, but they were too shy to date you? Is shyness something that you find endearing, or would you consider it a curse? And if you were one of those shy people, a guy or gal, how did you overcome it? Or are you still struggling with being shy? And this is a tough question, but have you ever lost the chance to be with someone that you really liked because you were just too darn shy to pursue or be pursued by that person? 514-790-0991, Star Talk, star 8255 on your Bell Mobility cell phone, or you can text us at 514-800. We're talking about shyness and would love to hear some of your shyness stories, if you have any, or if you have questions about how to overcome shyness, then you can give us a call here. Coming up, we'll talk about what is it that can make a person shy. Are you born with it? Is this a personality thing? Do we just develop shyness? And then we can talk about how we overcome it. All of that coming up right here on Passion on CJAD 800.
Frank Talks is sponsored in part by the Adult Male Virgin Seminars and Telephone Consultations. If you are an adult and want to get a handle on this once and for all, you need this seminar. Being an adult male virgin can be most stigmatizing in today's society. You feel like a failure in the eyes of the mass culture around you, alienated from your male friends who all talk about their sexual conquests, and you must hide this shameful secret lest they use it against you. And the very personal pain, anguish, and despair that cannot be described by words that haunts you every moment of your life. Enough is enough. It is time for male virgins to take charge of their sex lives. Frank gives you the rules of winning in this seminar, the Adult Male Virgin Seminars and Telephone Consultations. Make your first time the best time of her life. Only available at franktalks.com. Frank helps adult boys turn into men.